We are talking about unwanted or unintended pregnancies.
Minibuzz.
In 2008, a research revealed that of the 2.2 million pregnancies across the country, 1.2 million of those pregnancies were either unwanted or unintended. Why do we have so many of these unwanted or the leading causes of unwanted pregnancies in Uganda?
You can find a student, she gets pregnant and the boy denies the pregnancy.
Parents are a bit, well, let me say they are conservative. They don't tell the kids the real truth. So these boys and girls go in for sex, not knowing the repercussions of what will come out, and they end up getting.
So they don't have sex education with their children. Okay, have you seen somebody? Have you heard of somebody? Has it happened to somebody in your community?
Unwanted pregnancies normally happen due to sexual pleasures, but not looking forward what the repercussions will be. You find that maybe a boy who pregnants a girl just for pleasure. They have sex, the girl gets pregnant, but not knowing the aftermath of the problem.
So they are not aware of the results.
They are not aware. They're just having the pleasures, not knowing that there's some responsibility coming in the future. At the end of the day, they have an unwanted what? Pregnancy.
Let's hear
Just mind about money.
money.
So babera bafayo ku sente zo.
Is that because they are greedy for money or because the condition has forced them to get money?
Okay, sure, on that topic, I'm looking at in a situation that let's not narrow it only to girls. This thing is a general phenomenon. Even in the married, these things happen. You get it? One, we can look at it, one social. The other one is economical factor. And then the other one is ignorance is also part of it. Where ignorance comes, today when you look at school children or school girls, some of them have the intention of saying, I'd rather get pregnant than having AIDS.
Just hold on a second. Just hold on a second, sir. Let me just...
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
When a girl sees a friend having a phone, she has to look for who will give her also what? A phone. So in the course of the phone, there is sex.
Yes.
Behind the phone. So behind the sex, there is
The
pregnancy.
pregnancy.
You
So
get it?
the wanted thing was the phone, but not the pregnancy.
Not the pregnancy.
Olusi wenza kusanga ntino it is sometimes you find the things that can bring about this could be alcohol. Alcohol usually also contributes to unwanted pregnancies. Is it the lifestyles they live?
There is also a situation more special at schools where we have what we call experimental. Where children, where more especially like now, for example, a girl has stayed right from senior one or right from primary when she's a virgin. You get it? And when she reaches now, like these weeks, where they're finishing their exams, you get it? They now go and do experiment. Let me also try. In the course of trying, they end up with the pregnancy.
Abapangisa umuzigo bera muzigo kati yawulawo mwana mweza sura wali mwala ahira mu wingide katedi uliyo bwebuze bale chichi mukola muki ekyayo myaka gya vegete myaka gya abana baswana boys quarter ditwasura ngafu aba mama nganya kisenge ekikie netata ekikie kasonza mai deep tata lwana avagenda wani
Wa mama.
Katweza chimanya niyo ugenda okulaba nga mama alichi
Ali luto.
naye kati ennaku zino abaana bagala nnyo okumanya what is going on.
They are inquisitive.
Yeah.
Another thing also, life, economic status, your family. Some girls, cut it's very difficult for a girl who comes from a well-off family or unwanted pregnancy compared to a girl who comes from a poor family. Kumanga demands so yava poor families were so high. Atunulira the other girls, nagamba she has this, she's putting on this shoe, I want that shoe. Ochiraba ngate she knows her parent can't afford it. Kati trying other ways, which lead to that.
We have also realized that there is a very low use of contraceptives, yet they are available there. People neglect the contraceptives, they don't use them, they are available. Now you see, like for example, in 2011, yeah, there was only 30% of married women who used the method of family planning. 30%, we're talking 30% of married people who use the family planning.
In the country.
A modest increase from 23% a decade before. Yes? And then married women's use of modern, that is rather than any kind of method, these methods increased more dramatically from 14% to 26%. But the levels are still too low to reduce the high rates of unintended pregnancy.
26% of all maternal deaths abachala bafiira mu kuzaala. 26%. Ministry of Health egamba nti 26% of those are related to abortions, illegal abortions, which means tiwaliyo embuto abantu ze batayagala nga bagala zijjamu.
In Uganda, 24% teenage pregnancy does occur. That has hardly changed from 2006, which was at 25%. Essentially meaning of every 100 pregnant women, 25 of them are actually young people. Teenage pregnancy also occurs because of peer and social pressure, which push these young girls to engage into early sex, and thereafter they get pregnant. The other factor that also leads to early teenage pregnancy is a host of issues related to culture and tradition, where some cultures cherish early marriages, and therefore these girls are prone to get pregnant in such circumstances. Issues of sexual violence, especially defilement, where some of these girls get defiled and then they end up being pregnant. There are multiple effects this causes on the girl, and later are social relations as well. One is that the girl's body is not mature enough to be able to bear the pregnancy and also to deliver the baby safely. So there are complications that tend to arise because of those limitations within her body build-up. So one of it is she may end up with obstructed labor, meaning the baby is big to pass through the small pelvis that is not yet well developed. She could also end up with fistula, meaning in the process of giving birth, she ends up getting a tear either between the bladder and the vaginal canal, or the rectum and the vaginal canal, ending up with leakage of either urine or feces or both through the birth opening. So for us to be able to provide the sexuality education, we may need to look at integrating sexuality education within the school setup, but to make sure that the content is tailored to the age appropriateness of each child. In the earlier, maybe they're developing up, they want to know about their body changes, friendship, relationship, courtship. But as they go higher and grow older, they may need to talk about issues of sex, issues of sexually transmitted infection, issues of pregnancy, and consequences of protected sex, and how that can be managed. And then we also need to mobilize the cultural institutions to relook at some of the beliefs, norms, and value system.
Is it possible that we could have a generation or a country that has reduced the number of girls, mothers who are having unwanted pregnancies? Is it even possible?
It is not possible that you can reduce, because of one is the attitude of the people, of the communities where we live. We need sensitization. One, as one of the contributors made it in the first beginning, about 3 or 4 factors that bring this kind of abortions. One, the attitude of parents. When a girl child gets pregnant in a family, that is a real taboo. A parent becomes too hostile to that child.
Just hold a bit there. Our research shows that one of the problems that leads to unwanted pregnancies is the notion we have in our culture that having sex outside marriage is a taboo. Madam,
naye kakati mbadde njagala tutunulire kati nga mwe abakyala tukole ki nnyo okukendeeza zino embuto ze twagala.
Ffe ng'abakyala abazadde tulina okusemberera ennyo abaana baffe abawala. Ebiseera ebisinga you may find some families nga bagamba nti abaana abawala bw'asomako n'atuuka watuuse bakangeza amaze primary level nagamba my child kakomaawe, let's continue with boys kubanga there are some people, there are families there nti abawala balina chances nyingi okusinga abalenzi okiraba. So tulina okwogera olaba fedda bazadde baffe ng'abeera akutunuulira ng'amanyi this child anatera okugenda mu menstrual periods ng'akuyita n'akulaga how to use your things, how to do this, how to be safe n'akikulaga buli kimu. These days omwana atuuka n'agenda ne mu periods nga tamanyi this child ddala kituufu atandise menstrual periods.
What should we do to reduce?
Her points, okay, parents have to be like more free and open to their children. You have to be like more friendly, whereby a girl is free even to tell you that I have a boyfriend. So you have to tell her that, okay, it's okay to have a boyfriend, but when you go to this situation, do like this. Make sure you're protected. Some parents really to hear that you have a boyfriend, my dear.
Taboo.
Hey boy, what?
At the end of you will have to answer many questions.
Our time on this topic is up, but the way forward on this is there should be an increase era nga bwe mukyogedde nti abazadde bongere ki amaanyi mu kusomesa ki abaana ekyo kyokka kyogamba naye tulowooza nti n'abazadde butawasawa. We also believe that because young people spend a lot of time at school, there should be an increased dose of sexual education at school, that teachers should not just let things be believed that parents are doing what they need to be doing, that teachers should increase an effort in that.
And do not forget that the majority seem to believe that the parent should be friends with their child, have a friendship relationship with their children, know your child, and then your child will definitely open up to you and you will know your child better.